Welcome to the Sold Too Early Sports Card Podcast, sponsors of the first ever card collector mud wrestling competition. That's Kai. I'm the Alex Jones of Cardboard, and welcome to episode 18 of the Sold Too Early Podcast. Dude, we've been doing this for 4.5 months. Are you kidding me? What
I
a
know, that's crazy.
dude, we're
Can you
seeing
imagine when we hit the 6-month mark?
it's growing too. Like, thankfully, like people actually like our stuff or just want to hear us say stupid shit, and it's growing. Kai, how the hell you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I think I should ask you the same thing. You got a big weekend coming up.
Yes, sir. So, what a perfect intro for our weekly thoughts. Was at a card show this past weekend here in Central Jersey, literally a mile from our apartment. It was good. We had some pretty nice foot traffic all throughout the weekend. What was actually really smart, what the show did was on Sunday, the final day, people would usually not set up. They had their autograph signers, and it was headlined by, Lawrence Taylor, who is a big draw. So
Good
the room was
idea.
actually the room was packed. Maybe not people there for the card show itself, but like the element of it, dude. It was busier on Sunday in terms of people actually being there than like Friday or Saturday. It was a good show overall. Really can't complain about it. Um, but like the way they did it was actually like a very intelligent, like, hey, let's get people in the door, and like you never know what's gonna happen then. So like bravo to them. While they have some issues with their marketing, at the end of the day, it actually worked out super well. And I hope they're able to continue to grow this because fuck, dude, a mile from my house, I'm always gonna
That's so
go.
nice to have.
Dude, I'm not even kidding when I say this. It took me 2 minutes because I got lucky with like traffic lights to get from the show to my apartment. It was amazing.
I'll even walk there now.
No, you can't walk there because of just like roads. I mean, and the idea, why would I? The point is, from a show that's 2 minutes away from me to one that is what, like 2,500 miles approximately. Burbank is this week. I'm flying out tomorrow or today, whenever this podcast goes live. Actually, while this podcast launches at 6 p.m., I will be probably in the air. Hopefully, no like delays or anything funny. I will be in Burbank from a Wednesday night to Sunday or Saturday night because I'm going to be taking a red eye Saturday night to come home for the Super Bowl, which will be super interesting. We were talking about this before the podcast started. Anytime there's like a major show coming up, I always kind of get like that little like existential dread or just like anxiety or whatever. And it'll kind of always like stay with me for like those like day leading up to the show up until like the first like major deal. And I think it's just one of those things that like as someone who does this not full time, I would never do it full time, but as someone who does this as a lucrative hobby, I think just being aware of like how you process those things is super important. I'm not sitting here to being like a mental health advocate and all this important stuff, like which, mental health is extremely important, but just being aware of how you handle whatever it is, good, bad, or otherwise, and just like rolling with it. I'm not I'm no expert in any of that stuff, but I know it's important, and I'll be happier on Friday night when I make my first 5 or 10K deal, or even Thursday night when there's a VIP set up and someone buys out my showcase, obviously, like which is obviously what's going to happen. No other way around it. So just interesting.
Dream scenario.
Yeah, dude. Someone just pulls out like 30 grand in cash. I'm like, I want all of these things, and I go home the next morning. If someone bought me out of my card, I would leave. I wouldn't even bother trying to buy new shit. I would just leave.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Yeah, might as well.
Take it home, go buy stuff on Instagram, and see you guys in 3
Buy some
weeks
more
or whatever.
Rolexes
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, the fake Rolex broke. What a shock, right?
already.
Yeah, I kind of played with the bands because when I bought it, first off, knockoff watches, big idea, good idea. Don't buy them though. I replaced one of the bands because it was like too large, and I thought I did an okay job fixing it, but like no, it just kind of It lasted one
game art.
show
Yeah,
and it was funny. It is what it is. I mean, I'll buy another fake one if I really want, but like the joke played itself, and I got played, but like it was always intended to be something kind of cute. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I feel that.
all right, what are you up to, Kai? What's on your mind?
Oh, your film, but I'm not really that like excited or anticipating the Super Bowl very much this year. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it's different here because like New Jersey, like at least the South part, like
That's
is Eagle
fair. Yeah.
country. So whether or not you believe in a central Jersey, that's where I'm from because we are in the middle of the state, so there is a central to it. Um, North Jersey is obviously more Giants fans and the four Jet fans and like the Bills who are obviously superior because they're the only New York team. Central is kind of like 50-50, and then South Jersey is like 85% Eagle fans. Like I'm pretty sure if you're a Giants fan in like South Jersey, you will be put on a stake and burnt. Like just according to sources.
Yeah.
They love the Eagles. So right now here it doesn't matter, but if I drove 30 minutes south, it would be like you would have to grease up like poles and all that stuff, which they're doing anyway, like win, lose, or otherwise. They're super intense. Um, I don't know. I agree. I don't really care about this Super Bowl, like in terms of like a neutral fan or like as a card collector or whatever. I want to see a good game. I'm gonna call my shot later in this episode too on just like some random bullshit that I hope happens. But maybe if I had like a financial meaning behind it, like I sold all my cards in Mahomes and Hurts. In my opinion, card wise, either one of them is going to stay pretty neutral where their prices are. Maybe a slight bump if Hertz wins, but like whoever loses is going down like 30 or 40%. They're just going to drop. And God forbid they play badly too and they lose, it might drop 50% because both these guys, especially more Hertz, have been priced in like a Super Bowl run and possibly
Or Super
winning.
Bowl.
Mahomes is obviously going to be on a different level career wise than Hertz, regardless of this season, but it's just interesting. I don't know. I understand what you're saying though. Like card wise or not, I kind of wish it was more of a likable team out of the NFC, such as like the 49ers who played without
The
a quarterback
Giants.
2 weeks ago. No, the Giants had no shot. Come on, dude. I never thought the Giants were actually going to make it to the playoffs and win a game. So like we were playing with house money regardless.
I saw a thing about Daniel Jones expecting like 35 mil a year. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, they're not paying him. No shot. At that point, you let him go. Even if you tag him for a year and then trade him, I feel like there's a market. Like,
yeah, that's probably a best case scenario.
There's no world where Daniel Jones gets $35 million.
Well, I think the tag for a quarterback's like 30, so it's
fine.
Not
Then
that far off.
at least if it's a 1-year deal, it is what it is. Like you're not beholden to him beyond 2024. But like if it's a 4-year, $120 million deal and he plays exactly like how he did this season, you overpaid. Like he's just not that good. He's very capable. Like his ceiling is. What is Daniel Jones' ceiling right now? A more athletic Kirk Cousins? Like what? A very a poor man's Josh Allen? Like what? What is?
I wouldn't even say it's that high, to be honest.
Okay, so his ceiling is a more effective Matthew Stafford. Like what is the actual ceiling of a guy like that?
I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, he's a weird player. Like he has those games where he looks like an MVP, and other games he looks like
Jones
he has like a mental disability.
Yes, no, Jones has definitely had 2 or 3 games throughout his career. I remember his rookie he played against the Lions. He threw for like 5 touchdowns. There's another game.
First game. Remember that?
No. His first time he played Detroit, he had like 5 touchdowns as a rookie. I think his
debut he went off too.
I believe his first start was against the Bucks, and they like had a game-winning drive. Saquon got hurt, if I remember correctly. I think he had 2 games his rookie year where he threw for 5 touchdowns. Like there were times where he looked like he was the best player on the field. And then there are times where he would fumble too much or interceptions, and thankfully he's fixed that issue. But his ceiling is, I mean, he can run and there's a lot you can do with that. And like he actually is a super athletic like player. But throwing the ball wise, I don't know. I don't believe in him. It's just going to be interesting what's going to happen. I wouldn't pay him.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't either if I were you, but besides that, did you bid on PWCC Weekly?
So I didn't. I saw a lot of our friends were bidding on it, and I'm sure you were as well. And then they crashed. I believe
did.
the auctions end tonight, Tuesday night. I
They ended
believe.
yesterday.
Oh, they ended yesterday. Okay, so yeah, I was not.
It was
I wasn't really interested in bidding this time, and now that like there wasn't good stuff, it's more like I know I
There
want to
honestly
have
wasn't good
Burbank.
stuff.
There was good stuff.
No, I said there honestly wasn't that good stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you
That was
kind of
pretty
cut
brutal.
out there. Hopefully the audio
Sorry.
is fine. What I was gonna say is like if there's not stuff coming in for Burbank or like the free capital, like I'd rather just kind of wait. Like the issue
Yeah,
is
in
once
your
again,
case,
like
that makes sense.
if there's major shows coming, I want to make sure I can have my stuff. And I guess theoretically, if I wired them Tuesday night and they process it, theoretically they could fly it with them. But like even then, because they lost an extra day too, because of their website crashing, like it didn't matter. So I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna bid regardless. Maybe I'll look at like Alt. I know Alt was running an auction recently that had like a LeBron limited logo, which was sick. I would have loved to buy it, but it went for like $35K, which would have been a lot to pay right now.
Yeah. Otherwise, besides that stuff, the eBay send offer thing, I've been using it a lot. I know I mentioned
Oh,
it
it's
once.
so good, right?
It's so good. I've been selling like at least half my cards via that, honestly, on eBay.
So for people who are not aware, if you don't use eBay or whatever, in the last I don't know, 2 or 3 years, they added a function where people who watch your listing or people who like are making offers or interested in your item, you can send them a one-time best offer, like here's my price, accept it right now, and like you can counter offer or not. And I love this function too, Kai. I use it pretty often with like the higher end stuff that kind of just like sits, but like gains a bunch of watchers, like people are interested in. I'm sure it has a lot of capabilities too for like stuff under $500 too. That has like a lot of like relevant comps and like people are always going to be interested in it. So it's a good way to cycle some inventory that you don't want to either send off to consignment or whatever.
Yeah. And then thing for me is just we're gonna talk about the Kyrie trade and like the NBA trade.
I'm
like, as a
so
whole, just all that stuff.
happy, dude.
We both got the NBA logos going.
I fucking hate Kyrie Irving. I've hated Kyrie Irving for years. Listen, this is gonna sound bad. I'm just gonna throw it out there now. I'm all for players being like social advocates of like important shit. However, Kyrie Irving is the only basketball player, in my opinion, who should just shut up and dribble. Like he is just like he's the 14-year-old kid who never grew up, who is lucky that he's like 6'3", 6'4". If he was 5'1", he would be directing like shitty Bollywood movies somewhere, or like be like a crappy executive producer on like a random ABC show the last 1 year that you've never heard of, that like has all the same cast, that somehow is like the greatest show in America, but like no one's ever heard of it. Like he's lucky that he's tall and he can play basketball because he would have nothing else going on. And I hope he uses his third eye and falls off the flat earth. I fucking hate you, Kyrie. I'm so happy you're gone.
Well, I'll look at it more of a basketball point of view, but
yeah, sorry.
I think the Nets did really well in the trade.
Honestly, they did.
For what
they actually got something of value out of an expiring contract.
Yeah. It's like a 4-month rental. You got a pick, 2 seconds, I think, and then 2 great role players. Like
you got Dorian Finney-Smith, who is pretty decent 3D.
He's a great defender, yeah.
And then you got back Spencer Dinwiddie, who listen, like
he's having a career season.
That entire like era, quote unquote, of like Nets basketball, like D'Angelo Russell, Spencer, Karis LeVert, Jared Allen, like that was a fun, like very likable team.
Great squad.
And then I think Kyrie was there for like a minute or two. I'm not sure how long they actually Kyrie is part of that squad because Durant was hurt his first year.
I think they traded most of them to make cap room for the duo.
Okay, yeah. I know some of them survived.
Or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, some of them survived the original culling, and then others obviously didn't. Yeah, because D'Lo went to the Warriors, and that's how they got Durant, like in a sign and trade or something like the Nets knowledge is it's up there. I don't want to be super wrong. The point is like that team was super likable, and then they went all in for Harden, Durant, and Kyrie, and obviously didn't work. But I will give the Nets a lot of credit for at least like trying to raise their ceiling. Like had this all worked out and they won a championship, all the other bullshit that could have came like would have been the result of like divas and other bullshit. Like at least you have that right. The ring is forever. But so many different teams and so many different GMs and coaches like will never have the opportunity the Nets did. And even though it didn't work, your biggest long-term issue now, assuming that either Durant stays or gets traded, is you're locked into Ben Simmons' contract, which is awful, but you are beginning to like quasi like retool because you're getting a bunch of first round picks. I think they have 2 additional first round picks besides their own now. Like the Nets have like not had their first round pick in a while or like in the last couple of years. Yeah. Like they have their Sixers pick now. They have the Mavs in 2029 or 2026 they're actually like able to, okay, yeah, so they're drafting like
some 6th grader.
Yeah, dude, some 12-year-old is about to be a Nets player. Like he's gonna be so happy.
It's literally a 12-year-old, I think.
I know, it's crazy, but like that's the thing about scouting is like who's gonna be like pretty good, which is a scary conversation. They've kind of like been walking the line now between like retooling, rebuilding, and obviously going for a ring. If Durant gets traded, you're going to get a haul, whether it's to a team like the Celtics, who gives you a win now chance in addition to picks, or you hit the reset button and you just go for 7 first-round picks or something absurd. Like one thing that I know you and I were talking about this in a chat was the Rudy Gobert trade. Like really kind of fucked up trading for superstars because you got to remember the Jazz got 5 first-round picks and a rookie that was drafted in the first round of that draft class, who actually is like pretty good.
Than Rudy, yeah,
exactly. So like because of that, the trade market for Durant, who has 3 years left in this deal, I believe, is going to be like you have to pay a ton. Like at a minimum, I think any offer, regardless of the players added to the deal, is going to have to include 4 first-round picks and like 2 or 3 pick swaps. There's gonna be something absurd to start.
I mean, he'll be the best player ever traded if he's traded.
I mean, yeah, in like an actual trade, like I think LeBron was technically a signed trade, but like doesn't. Yeah, in terms of like an actual like real trade, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. Do you want to keep going basketball or do you want to go with the agenda?
Let's go through the basketball because like we're already talking about it. I know that. So a lot of these NBA thoughts are about the trade deadline and all this stuff. We kind of touched on Kyrie, so I don't need to really beat a dead horse there. I'm happy you're gone, thankfully. What's interesting is another Nets player who has all of a sudden turned into the greatest player of all time, Cam Thomas. Like he still might get traded, which if he does, that's mad awkward. I mean, listen, I've seen so much Cam Thomas stuff on my feed the last couple of days, and I'm very happy about it. But if the plan is to trade him either in a deal for Siakam or OG, I don't know if these last 2 games actually matter, like for any trade value. But if it happens, it's mad awkward. It would be nice for him to stay, but you can't let these last 72 hours like really change your mind about this player who you've had in your practice facility for 2 years and like all this other stuff. But if it happens, it happens.
I really like where the Nets are at, to be honest. I love their like role players. I think they probably have the best like group of 6 or 7 role players in the entire NBA, honestly.
Yeah,
you got Royce O'Neal,
someone have to be traded.
Dorian Smith. I mean, that's the thing though. Do you really want to do like who are you going to get, Siakam, and then trade your entire team away and have no depth?
It depends. It depends on what Durant wants. If Durant wants to leave, we're not having this conversation. Like then you just have a bunch of role players and like young talent that you get from trades and like whatever. But if you're still going to compete then yeah, you might have to like go all in, quote unquote, on like a Siakam type.
But do you think
Or
you're actually better with the Siakam, or do you think you're actually better with like the 8 or 9 deep rotation?
I mean, I think you're better with an 8 or 9 deep rotation, but like, is Durant gonna be able to carry the load in the playoff series? You know, if you make it to the first round and you're playing a Boston, a Miami, a Cavs, like, are you the better team? The answer is no. So is Durant and some good stuff like better than the Boston Celtics or Miami Heat or you know, Bucks? No. So like, can you raise your ceiling? Does Siakam raise your ceiling to a second round conference final type team? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not really sure. That's the tough part.
I guess we can scoot right into the NBA trade deadline predictions then.
Yeah, so
Um,
these are interesting. You gave a bunch of different names here. I'll handle Siakam and OG. Do I think they get traded? No. I really think that one of them ends up staying. I think OG is pretty overpriced in terms of like what people are like experts are saying about like, his trade market. I just don't see it. I don't know where he would go. Siakam, if he gets moved, I think it's to the Nets. I just don't know. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. It's all going to depend on Durant, which I will let you handle in your opinion. Like, does Durant get traded?
well, I think if first of all, 2 Raptors guys, I think Siakam probably stays, but I agree with what you said. If he does get traded, it's probably the Nets, and then I think OG will get traded. I have no clue where. Probably the Knicks or something. I don't know. I
That'd be
think he's also over. He's also overinflated, like you were saying. But KD, you know, I don't know. I feel
It's
like if they
tough.
got the right offer, I think they offer, he kind of just have to do it. Like at this point, you had Harden, Kyrie, KD, and a great group of role players, and you won 1 playoff series in like 2.5 years.
Yeah,
I
no, I
mean,
mean,
like I think you just if you get the offer with like Jalen Brown, like 3 or 4 picks and a couple of their good role players, I think you just fucking
dude, if
reset.
the Nets
Honestly,
got that, I said this year, the Nets got an offer involving Jalen Brown and multiple first round picks, even without like the random like filler players you'd have to add or young talent, whatever. You take that deal so quickly, and their fucking head spins because not only does like Jalen
yeah,
Brown plus good stuff like still keep kind of like the same floor of it being like a 4 to 6 seed in the East, then you're building towards your future anyway. And you could theoretically use those picks plus whatever else you get to like retool in the off season. So yeah, if that offer ever comes, I think you take that immediately and kind of just like run with it.
yeah. I think another option for KD if he was to get traded. I'm not going to say the Hawks because that's just not realistic.
The
I feel like,
Suns.
but no, the Pelicans. I think
Okay.
they could either send McCollum or Brandon Ingram in a package with young players and picks, and they'd be really good.
I just don't know. I mean, the issue with the Pelicans is you're out of the playoff race at this moment in time, I believe. Zion is not expected back soon. Like he's still hurt. So isn't Ingram
Of
hurt
course he
also?
is.
Hasn't Ingram been hurt for like ever?
I don't really know. But in theory, it sounds good.
In theory, it sounds good, but I'm pretty sure Brandon Ingram has been hurt for like literally like almost the entire season. And I have to
In
check.
my
I don't
in
know
my
this-
mind,
Okay,
in my mind, if you do that trade,
he
you're
just came
trading
back. Brandon
CJ
Ingram's back.
McCollum, ideally. Okay. So hypothetically, let's just say the trade happens. They send McCollum, not Ingram, for the cap, and they send a shit ton of picks and young players. You then have a lineup of Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, Ingram, Zion, and KD.
Yeah, it sounds ridiculous, but like that's like a 2K trade. You'd have to go up so much like actual assets. Um,
I mean,
I just
anyone's
don't.
gonna have to do that.
I mean, yeah, of course, but like I just don't think the Pelicans are actually like true contenders in a KD type deal. Who really is a contender in a deal is like the Suns, the Celtics that they added Jalen Brown.
But what
Uh,
can the Suns do that's so much better than that?
it would start with DeAndre Ayton and whatever else they needed to add. I don't know. I mean,
They're not. Why would they want Aiton though? They have Claxton.
I guess theoretically you'd have to trade Claxton then at that point. more picks. If you trade Durant, everyone on the roster, dude, if you trade Durant, everyone on this roster is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. You break up that team.
Claxton's such a perfect building block, though.
I agree with you, but like theoretically, once again, if your hands are tied and like you have like 2 offers that are good but not great, and you trade Durant for whatever pick, whatever picks you get, Aiden and young Cameron Johnson, whatever else, and you have to trade Claxton or you figure out in the offseason, like whatever, so be it. I mean, yeah, you can't play Aiden and Claxton 4 and 5, so you ride it out. Trade Claxton in the offseason if you have to. The point is, if Durant's gone, the season's done unless you get a Jaylen Brown type.
So yeah, so what you're saying is if you do move off of Durant, you would just blow it up, not even try to even make the playoffs in the next couple of years.
No, I wouldn't. I would immediately blow it up. Whatever assets are available, and I guess you tank with Ben Simmons and a theoretical DeAndre Ayton on a team, and just whatever happens.
That's something. Wow.
That's something stupid. I don't think that happened.
That's something. And I mean, next list for us. I mean, what do you think?
So yeah, Russell Wilson's not getting traded. Russell
Wilson.
Sorry. Sorry. Russell Westbrook is not getting traded.
Yeah, I agree. If he was, it would have been for Kyrie. I mean, the only person I could see him being moved for now is if somehow the Lakers put a package together for Siakam, but I don't see that happening.
It's not going to happen now.
The money works sort of, but they would have to. Yeah, I don't really see a world where Russell Westbrook gets traded unless they're just trying to move off his cap. That I could see that for a shitty team, giving him like that's the only thing I could see.
I can't see it happening. I think he has to stay now at this point, and then you reevaluate the contracts in the offseason. Like
that's what
it'll be interesting. Yeah. All right, John Collins, where's he getting traded to, Kai?
Honestly, I don't think we trade anything with the deadline.
You're just gonna roll with like the team as is and like be like the 9 seed.
So, from being the Hawks bias, our starting unit is the 3rd highest net rating in the NBA when everyone plays, but they've been hurt like simultaneously all season. So we're finally back healthy now. We're playing pretty solid basketball, so I think they just roll with it.
Do you still have Nate McMillan as your coach, or did he get fired?
We do. I do not like him, though. I wish we would fire him.
Yeah, I mean, if you miss the playoffs this year, or like our one and done year, I think he's gone.
100%, yeah. I agree.
All right, let's tackle through these 4 other guys super quickly. Jakob Poeltl, Kyle Kuzma, I think he gets traded. Bojan, I think gets traded. Caruso, I would just put the entire Bulls team here as like, yeah, they're gonna get traded. Like you have to help this team.
We think about Levine.
Yeah, the Bulls are fucked.
You think Levine ever gets traded, or do you think he rides out his contract?
I think he gets traded at some point. Maybe not this offseason, but like maybe we're talking a year from now. If they don't retool appropriately, I think Vooch is gone. Like I think that's a guarantee. If they don't retool properly, I could see him asking for a trade. It's weird. Like I don't know where he would go right now at this moment in time. So
I would like to see him go to the Lakers.
Of course, but like I don't think the Lakers will swing it. Like I think the Bulls would say no to an offer of 2 first rounds.
I think you send Russ and 2 picks.
I think the Bulls would say no. I think they would try to make it work.
I think Russ's cap ends sooner than Levine's does.
Because Russ is a unrestricted free agent, I believe, at the end of this year.
Yeah, and Levine's got like 3 more years, I think. But
I think
these guys, Jakob. Yeah, Jakob's probably gone. I think Kuzma's going to stay, and then Bojan Bogdanovic's probably gone. Caruso's probably the highest value of like any of those like on-star level guys, ironically.
I mean, Kuzma, dude, he's playing himself into like a pretty nice contract next year.
Yeah, they're going to build around him probably. He's been their like best player by far.
I don't know if you build around Kuzma, but like Kuzma could be like
he's a guy.
Yeah, he's a very good player. Like it's almost like the Lakers should not have traded him and all these other young talented players.
They really should have kept everyone. Yeah.
I mean, except for Lonzo, but like no one, I feel bad for Lonzo.
I like Lonzo. He's just
I do too. Listen, I think he's still having knee pain, which is really sad and scary. He
a year and a half and he can't walk up the stairs.
Yeah, he might be like done, which is
I agree. It's pretty sad.
It is super sad. I hate injuries. All right, we can touch on the Super Bowl real quick. Kai, do you have any like interesting plans, or you're just like kind of chilling?
Just probably just gonna watch it with friends. I don't really have anything too exciting. What about you? Well, my roommate's an Eagles fan, so that'll be fun.
Well, that's
But
kind of.
what about you?
I met him in the Atlanta show right last year. Was that him or someone
No,
else?
that's a different person.
He was that your roommate. That guy was cool. He was a nice guy.
Yeah.
My plans are I'm taking red eye Saturday night from LA, or I guess I should say Santa Ana to Newark. Get in like 5 a.m. My girlfriend will pick me up, which is cool. Go to bed. And then friends are coming over at some point on Sunday, which is interesting. It's like a weird 180. I feel like my personal life and my sports car life have like eroded into one thing over the last couple of years, which is mad
It's not
fucking
the
weird.
worst thing.
No, it's not. But like, it's very funny when I go to a show and everyone's like, "Hey, where's your girlfriend?" I'm like, "Dude, she's working. Like, I'm sorry, she's a teacher. She can't just randomly take off like I can."
That's funny.
I know they like her more than me, which is completely fair. I don't blame them. All right.
What is your prediction for the
All
game?
right, so, yes, I want to call my shot. I want to at least have this in like some audio form, so when I'm completely wrong, like it's fine. I'm
Or if
going
you're right.
I would just laugh because I made some. Now let me make this clear, and we'll talk about more of like bold predictions and stupid shit later. Like when I say things for this podcast, I mean it in the intention of like, let's have a conversation. Don't take me too fucking seriously. My name is Alex Jones of Sports Cards. On top of the fact, like I name myself something stupid every single week, and our intro is always something weird. If you're going to us for like actual advice other than like trading cards or just like having fun, what the fuck are you doing? With that being said, here's how the Chiefs win 31-21 over the Eagles. There's one pick six in this game. I don't know from who. Doesn't matter. Kelsey goes for 100 plus yards. Mahomes scores 3 total touchdowns, including 1 on the ground, and wins Super Bowl MVP. That's my called it thing. Now the Eagles win like 48-21.
Yeah, I went a little simpler. I just Chiefs 30-24.
Yeah, that's like actually like a normal score.
That's what I got.
All right, so let's
don't really have too many specifics. Yeah.
All right, congrats Eagles on
good.
winning your Super Bowl. So that's cool.
Probably.
Yeah, I know. All right, MLB thoughts. Dude, we are literally a week away from pitchers and catchers reporting. I'm so
Very exciting.
fucking excited. I love baseball. It's my favorite time of the year.
Yeah. Nothing better than throwing a baseball game on and just
doing
nothing.
I know. It's so good. It's really almost time to consider the baseball turnover stuff. Like just move your shit, take your profits, and like if you want it again, buy it back in 9 months, 10 months. If you're 2 cycles ahead of the sports, you'll probably do well. Like I'm almost ready to start buying football, like quarterback stuff soon. It's ironic that the Super Bowl is here, and like I'm saying to go buy low on X, Y, and Z. But if you're 2 sports ahead, dude, any quarterback stuff I buy between like now and April, May, guess what? I'll either hold it, wait, flip it right away, or move it in Chicago in August because hype outsells production, which is why, and I've said this a few times now, you're going to see guys like a Trevor Lawrence type, Justin Fields type, have the same hype cycle that a Joe Burrow did or a Josh Allen did or Herbert Jones, whatever. Burrow. I'm forgetting a quarterback there. Hurts. The point is, hype outsells production most times. If you buy some shit now and can wait, you'll probably do fine, which is my goal.
Yeah, Bowman Chrome has been really hot though. If you have high-end Bowman Chrome, I would definitely
nuclear hot.
Get rid of that. Nuclear, especially the top prospect guys. Oh my god, Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah,
Jordan
he sells so
Walker.
well, dude. Have you ever met a Reds fan? First off, they don't exist. Just like how I used to make fun of Wander Franco.
I don't think I ever have. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing with the Rays. They don't have fans. Like, who cares? Like, if they don't exist, just sell into the hype, make your money. And if you really believe in Ellie De La Cruz, wait until 2026 when he's 25 years old and they have 4,000 fans at their games. And the numbers could be wrong. The point is, maybe it's 2,000 fans. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. As long as you're at least 1 or 2 sports ahead, I feel like you're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, it's almost time. Almost time for some football buying. at least quarterback wise, which is honestly all that matters in the market, which is super sad. All right, let's get into some commenter queries and questions. So Sheik, the Iron Sheik, who is one of our friends, who is someone who I've had the fortune of knowing for a lot of years, actually. I knew him before he worked at Alt. I knew him like probably like 4 or 5 years. Was trying to poke some fun and make a jab. One of the first episodes we did was right before the basketball season started. So this is like episode 1, 2, or 3.
I think it was the first episode.
Perfect. Good. That sets the example even better. And one of the hot takes I had going into the year, first off, my hot takes that year going into the year were Ben Simmons being good, LOL. Kawhi returning to an MVP form, which is actually like he's been playing well, so go figure. It was just injuries. Kyrie retiring. I called some stupid shit with Kyrie. I guess I'll call that a half grade.
Close enough, yeah.
There was one other one I had. I don't remember what it was. And the nuclear hot one that was never going to happen, obviously, was the Boston Celtics missing the playoffs. Why did I say that? Because it doesn't fucking matter. The point was either you're right and you're the one a-hole who somehow calls the stupidest thing of all time, or 2, you get clickbait and people watch your stuff. It doesn't matter what you say because the intention is just to annoy someone. I've considered making a segment about this podcast, just calling it like Hot Take Tuesday, and you say stupid shit, and Kai clips it, and you put it on Instagram. We haven't done that, although I've said some very bad things that have not gotten me in trouble. But the point is, you would watch it, and you'd want to see what else my stupid ass would say. When you make a new podcast, episode 1, 2, or 3, or whatever, you say whatever the fuck you want, because the goal is, hey, look at this asshole. Go watch his podcast. That's it. That's the joke. But I can tell you, Kai, and I think you believe this too, most of the people in Soteroli do not listen to this podcast. I would say almost no one does. And that's our friends. So that's exactly the point. You want people to listen, so just say stupid shit and maybe they'll listen.
Yeah, I'm letting you roll with this.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, Kai, how many people do you think in Soteroli
dude.
actually listen to the podcast? I would say no one.
Probably like 20%.
No, I'm gonna say no one in the pod. No one listens to it. Maybe Sheik will now because I'm responding to him. Maybe Mikey. Maybe Nick actually too. People who have been on the show or someone who I want on the show in terms of Mikey. I mean, listen, that's my opinion. I would say most of the people do not listen, but that's the problem. And those are our friends. I don't believe they would listen. Why not just say something stupid and get some shock value? So that's my opinion on that. I don't take myself too seriously either, dude. Once again, my name is Alex Jones of Sports Cards. My intro is something stupid every single week. I don't take myself that seriously, but like, you got to do something. You got to have some kind of shtick to grow, and it is growing. So let's hope it keeps doing that so I can say more stupid shit and maybe then get some shock value clicks, because that's all I really care about, because I work in marketing. Stupid sells as well as good information, but stupid travels much farther.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. All right. Well, I can't wait for...
Don't really have anything to add. Yeah.
I can't wait for Sheik to hear that in 6 months, or someone to send it to him, like, hey, man, they responded to you, and no one to care. Just calling it like it is. All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what Rob said. Rob, sports car therapist, who will listen to this podcast, because I know him because he always messages me. Says, man, you guys are so good. Haha, you're so funny. David, why'd you say that? Why are you getting in trouble? Anyway, Rob, and this is super fitting because Rob is now working with PwC, seeing their vintage. What are your thoughts, Kai, on like the vintage market right now these days? Its pricing and like where it's kind of like going. Vintage is such an interesting topic these days for us because I never like seek out vintage stuff, except for when I want something with such a high floor. Like if I'm into a card for, let's say, $5K, and I'm able to talk someone into a deal at like 8,500 trade value, I will take vintage every single time because it's such a high floor. Even if it's not like the sexiest card, it sells 5 times a day. I know what I can get for the card.
Yeah, I'm not a huge vintage person either. I don't really seek it out like you said, but when it does come, usually do pretty well with it, honestly. I know the hyper inflated stuff like the 52 male is kind of back to earth a little bit, but I feel like with vintage now, one of the best. I mean, this is that like don't take my advice, I'm not an expert, but I feel like one of the best ways to navigate it is to go after like lower grade but very good eye appeal,
Yep.
kind of market it. You know what I mean? That's what
Looks
I would do if I was
undergraded.
working vintage.
Probestein.com. Please buy our stuff. It's
Yeah.
$8,000. Sells for $225.
Yeah. But I know some of the auction houses are running like 4 copies of the same card, and I mean some of the 2s will go for more than like a 4. So I mean you just gotta kind of like, if you want to get deep into vintage, you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know what eye appeal is like appealing to buyers. Like you gotta know what they're talking about.
So one of our friends, and I won't name them, had the nicest 52 mantle. It was a PSA 1, and it sold for more than like what PSA 3, 5s, and 4s do because it was literally perfectly centered. I don't know how graded a 1. Maybe there's something wrong with the back, but the eye appeal of this card was on par with some of the greatest mantles I've ever seen. And he made a killing on it because he marketed the eye appeal of it. And you know what? It's really hard to argue with that when you compare it to other graded ones selling for whatever they do.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, if I like to personally work in like buying sort of like smaller lots of raw vintage and grading what I see fit to be graded.
Yep.
And then selling it, but I don't really do too much buying already graded vintage, but you know, if you know what you're doing, you know what people want, like you'll do fine.
Yeah, the issue with raw vintage is I believe every single raw vintage card is fake until otherwise proven. So I'm not the person who
Fair
buys
enough.
it. Like it's just,
Yeah.
you know, you can believe the person you're dealing with, and they could be an honest guy. But unfortunately, the person they might have bought it from or traded for it from might have been dishonest. So, you know, I don't want to be the one holding the bill when I trade for 12 vintage cards and 7 of them are the fake. 2 are trimmed. 1 is min size, and the other one grades a 4. Like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the issue. Like there's a reason why that card is raw. Whether it came from a 85-year-old geriatric who didn't know what grading was or is fake, I don't want to be the person to find out.
Yeah. Understandable.
So, all right, let's talk about something else that is like really near and dear to my heart, which I don't think we've talked about this in the podcast before. Card dealer MA. Let's talk about the number of parallels that are actually like readily available in sports cards and in relation to like one-on-one rarities. So this is Kyle, I'll let you start because I can talk about this for an hour. So give your opinion first here before I get like really intense about it.
I feel like we're going to be kind of on the same path here, but I don't think anyone really seeks out like anything past 2018-ish in terms of like 101, since there's like 30 of each player in each product. I mean, most people that collect players or teams want like stuff from previous to that because it's game used. It's not like 21s, you know. But yeah, there's what Disco, there's Waves, there's Asia. Like there's just way too much going on in my opinion. I mean, it's probably what needs to happen for them to make money, but for the collector, there's just no benefit besides maybe certain population, more variations, but is that really a good thing? Is it? I mean, I don't. What do you think?
It's tough. I mean, let's look at Bowman Chrome, for instance. So, like, the true colors, and you can correct me where I'm wrong here, is gold, blue, refractor, and just base, right? It was originally just like 4 colors, and then like green was and then green got added to retail, and then orange and red and all the other stuff. So like you're like primary colors. Even if you don't love a green, let's say, or a purple, all right, whatever. That's a primary color. It is what it is. Cool. We still got reds, blacks, golds, whatever. Oh, let's add in speckles. Let's add in lava blue wave autos.
Gray waves. Yeah, all this
gray
shit.
wave, SP auto,
Shimmer,
mega box,
yeah.
SP authentic auto. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, it just keeps on like dropping into like random colors and like parallels and inserts. Like, it sucks. And then you have the waves of like the true colors or the non-true colors that are even more diluted. And that's just one example. Dude, there are Select and Prism are really guilty of this too. There's so many different parallels and inserts. Dude, I sometimes don't even know what parallel I'm looking at And I have to ask you guys because like sometimes it's just like a weird color that it
Yeah.
maybe is a short print, but like what the fuck is this? And like you mix it with like the team color. It's like I don't know if this is rare or if it's worthless. Like
Like how
I've
there's
done
like a
that.
snake, an elephant, a fucking
Yeah, dude, one of
dolphin,
one giraffe.
the
What?
zebra, giraffes.
I
Like
used to make that
Jesus
joke, and I
Christ.
think there might be a giraffe parallel coming. I know there's zebra.
No, I think there literally is. Yeah,
God damn
there
it!
literally is a giraffe. I'm
Oh,
pretty
that's so
sure.
stupid.
I could
Fucking
be wrong,
barnyard
dude.
101.
No, no. You know what's the worst is the optic with like the emojis.
Oh yeah, that was a thing. Man, we suck as a society. We're
That's
so
in
dumb.
baseball. I think it might be everything. I'm pretty sure it's at least baseball.
I know it's baseball because I've seen that too. But like, how do you even like? Topps has done
There's
some
like
very
10
bad.
parallels with emojis. It's crazy.
Topps is not innocent either. Too the funniest one. You know the through the year insert that like they do in like series one.
Yeah.
The worst. I know it's not a parallel, but that's like the worst card ever created.
It's
It
so
is
bad.
so
So
bad.
who thought
So-
to do that?
No one thought about that.
When they first came out, people were getting like fucked on those.
I know, and you know, honestly, they kind of deserved it. All right, so what's the name of?
But did they though? Like,
I googled. I'm on eBay. I see toilet paper parallel, toilet paper emoji parallel. Oh man, can I pull up my screen? Hang on, let me make sure this
isn't
is.
there an actual toilet paper one?
Oh my god, it is actually a toilet paper. Hang on.
Smiley face ones. There's fucking baseball ones.
This is so stupid. Why is this a thing? Hang on. Let me pull up my.
You didn't know there were that many of them?
I didn't realize there was a toilet paper one. This is the dumbest thing ever. Oh my god.
You got it or you need to do it.
I got it.
Actually, I don't think I can do it. So.
All right.
Yeah.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
This is racist toilet paper.
It is toilet paper SP. Like, what the fuck is this?
No,
shit?
look at doesn't that say crisis toilet paper?
Nah, I guess so. Yeah. Hang on.
It's just
We're
from,
doing this.
from like when you couldn't buy toilet paper, so they made a toilet paper variation of the optic.
It's a
Is that what it
deal?
is?
That's so stupid.
Is that what it is? I don't know.
Ego emoji 101.
Like who?
What the fuck is
So
this shit? Oh, it is a 101. Wait, what? wait.
Oh, I
What?
thought-
That's so stupid. That's actually funny that it's truly a 101. I would have thought this was trash.
Yes, they legit can make like 40 different ones of these different emojis now. I think they did, honestly. I don't know if they still do it, but I know in that year right there, they had a shit ton of them. 2021, I think.
Liberty emoji. Oh, no. Okay, that's kind of cool.
What is that?
This is the Liberty emoji. Like, at least because it's like New York, it's kind of cool. But like, this is so
I mean,
dumb.
yeah, but it's still like it's so bad.
This is bad. I do not. Let's see what else we got here. Presidential emoji to 50. Like, what? Hang on. 100 emoji. Please tell me this is numbered to actually to 100. Okay, it is.
They
Like,
That's
can you
so
can you
bad.
sue? Can you sue for an emoji? Hang on.
I'm sure they got like the licensing for it. There's no way they didn't.
Okay. So the answer is emojis are trademarked. Interesting. That's really
They had to have
funny.
got rights for it.
Or if they just didn't care. Dude, I would love to see a lawsuit from that. Just of stupidity. Oh, wait, hang
Wait,
on.
does football have them?
Oh my God, football has it. It's a fire emoji, Brian Dawkins.
That's so bad.
This is so
I've never
stupid.
seen
How are
half
we
of these.
finding this now?
Well, I mean, I knew they existed. I didn't know like so many did though.
I mean, I knew they existed too, but like, that's pretty dumb. Oh, dude. Star Rob Gronkowski. Hang on. Oh, I don't know if you can see that screen. Let's pull it up here. All right, that one's not actually that bad.
It still is just like I wish someone. I don't know if there is a guide with how many different ones there are, but I would love to see that.
Hang on.
Oh, he's looking it up. Okay. Oh yeah, I cannot believe they did that. I don't know how it's not like more. I mean, I'm sure people talked about it when it first came out, but
Yeah,
This
this is
is
all
so
new stuff.
bad.
Oh my god, here we go. All right, so here's all
I
your
can't. Yeah,
parallels. Oh my god, wait, Crisis is actually what the toilet paper one is called.
you're
That's
lying. Oh my
I
god,
do,
that's
Kai. I swear to God. First off, Carolina blue and white, Crisis toilet paper. It's literally that. Amazing. Also, let's all these parallels are stupid. Carolina blue and white, Crisis, Hollow, lime green, Photon, pink, red wave, white speckle, pink velocity, red, white, blue, black stars, orange, red dragon, blue velocity, Pandora. I keep going. This is a lot. This is a lot of stupid parallels.
I guess the thing is, like, do people want more parallels, bringing the prices down, or would they rather it be a harder chase with less availability?
First
I
off,
mean, you can
prices
go
are
either
not
way
going
with it,
down,
but
sir. How dare you? Prices are
that's
only
so
going up.
fair. You're actually very right. Yeah. I don't know what the argument for that is then.
This is so stupid. I really like. I mean, first off, should we be shocked by this? No. Panini is
No,
super money hungry and greedy. And first off, we're
this is
probably the
why
first,
everything's backed up a year.
Kai, I think we're probably the first people to ever talk about 2021 optic baseball. Like, who would ever like actually like Google this or eBay this? Like, this product was worthless the second it was printed. Because not only is it like, non-licensed anyway, like, what is the best card you actually get from 2021? Maybe Julio, if he was even in this class.
He's not in 2021, I don't think.
So then who would even be 2021?
Filter at the highest price.
Hang on, yeah, I pressed the wrong button, but yeah, that's what I want to see. Yeah,
I don't
box
even remember. I think who was it? I don't know.
Dominguez.
Jason Dominguez is in this. What is it? Prospects then?
Yeah. Oh, hey, Trevor
No,
Lawrence.
that's
Hey, a
Trevor
better,
Lawrence.
better product. Dalton for show. Okay,
Jazz Chisholm.
that's kind of neat. Yeah, I mean, like Spencer Torkelson, who
He
did
sucks
nothing.
though.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
sucks. Yeah, so like, who is actually the chase here? 2 years out, Dominguez prospect auto.
I mean, it seems like more of a prospect than rookie product.
Is this? Oh, this is rated prospect, so that's not even it. So that's more. Yeah, dude, this product sucks. Wow, what a shock, guys! 2 year later review. Optic baseball
Well,
trash.
the boxes are $90. They are down, unless that's what they always were.
They actually, yeah, they started at 250 and they just kept going down. I'm kidding. I have no idea. Who would ever buy this? Oh man, I could buy a Wander Franco 101 for 10 grand though. Or a Torkelson SGC 10 for 5. What a steal. I can't get my
Is that
wallet out.
Otani?
That is Otani from 2018. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Once again, the issue is with unlicensed products is that it's literally worthless. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
Flawless Baseball is a thing, and I bought a Flawless Baseball card yesterday.
Flawless baseball is kind of sick.
Yeah, I'm a hypocrite, but like even then, a Ken Griffey Jr. Flawless Baseball card is like at least like visually pretty.
It's underpriced, but it's definitely sick.
Yeah, I bought that Griffey auto for $300. Like, it's cool, but like this is one of the best players of the last 25 years, and you can get pretty good autos of him. Sure, they're unlicensed, but like that's $1,100 or $1,100, no best offer. But like that's a beautiful card. Or what else here is like nice? Well, red stuff also just sounds like shit, but like different conversation. That's kind of cool. This is a USA auto to 15. This is apparel that I have, but mine's over to 15, not 10. Like you can actually get like nice autos for relatively cheap, basically nothing.
I guess it kind of just boils down to the fact that if you're like okay with some of these whack ass parallels, and like you'll be a good thing as a collector. But if you're like kind of like OG-ish, like early 2000s in terms of like refractors and stuff, like I can't imagine you'd really like all this stuff.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
it's tough.
But yeah,
I
don't know. I mean, there's not really like it's not the end of the world. There's all this, but it's like when's enough, you know?
When Panini keeps printing stuff and we just keep on accepting it. The second we stop is the second we'll stop. With Panini losing their license in 3 years now at this point, I believe, it's only going to get worse. Like,
I mean, it's gonna be
Nothing.
the same product, not Panini.
Oh, of course, it's gonna be the same, dude. It'd probably be worse because Fnatic spent billions of dollars acquiring the companies, so it's gonna be worse.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Listen, I don't get paid enough to know this. I don't get paid at all. So, all right. What I think we have one more question / comment. It was from
Fear the Deer
Fear the
34
Deer.
asks. Now I got this one.
Thank you.
He has something we touched on a while ago, but we wanted to revisit it, and that is customers at shows making deals with one another and not just walking up to vendors or vice versa.
Which is completely fine. Like that's like a very like. First off, if you have a problem with that, and you're a showrunner. What the fuck is your problem? Like that's.
Oh yeah, I forgot we mentioned that. One thing with the one, I don't remember what show it was, but that had the flyer, right?
It wasn't Nashville, but it was right after I came home from Nashville. I don't know if it was like a small show, a regional show, but I know that someone had posted it on Facebook like, hey, if you're not a vendor, like make sure that you like pay to go in and deal with these people. It's like what?
Someone actually entered that and watched it. I kind of want to though, and like was gonna ask him about it. So the guy who ran the show.
Yeah, dude, that's shitty. First off, being a vendor is expensive. Like I can tell you right now that my local show that I paid to get into is overpriced. And I can admit that. The table or the showcase space for my table, which was an 8 foot by 6 foot table, which is pretty nice, but it didn't always include that, was $500 plus tax for 3 days, which is a pretty hefty upfront cost. I pay less for my spot in Dallas than I did for my local New Jersey show.
Is that with showcase rental? Or?
No, that was just the table space. Dealer pass.
Did you bring your own, or did you rent?
Yeah, I mean, I live a mile away, so I brought my own showcases. Like that's not a big deal. I don't know if they even rent showcases actually for the show. But even getting into the show is pricey too. It's like $17 for like per person, which for a small show is expensive. It is a lot. I think that
Dallas
might be
passes are like $20, right?
Yeah, Dallas is cheaper, but Dallas is also huge. So like you get a pass there. This is a fucking like small show that's under 100 tables.
Yeah, it's absurd. The one local show I have, it's probably worse than yours, but it's only like $3 or $4 to get into.
Once again, the show is good. I'm calling it expensive to set up though. But like, it's a quantity or it's quality over quantity because I can tell you that if you're gonna set up for $500 and you own the table, you better have good shit. I will tell you that between myself and oh my god, what's Jeff's Instagram? Hang on, I think it's Jeff's Cards, but I want to make sure I give it the proper shout out because Jeff is such a good guy. It is Jeff's _ cards. I've known him for a while, and like he actually like wanted 2 showcase spaces with me on Saturday, the major day of the show. Gave it to him. Jeff has insane cards. Jeff has a Connor McDavid for fucking $40,000. Like that was worth more than like 50% of the showroom by itself. So
is he I think I met him, right? Isn't he the one that was show was that? Was it last Dallas I was at?
Which Dallas show were you at?
Oh Jesus, I don't know. The May of last year, I think, or April of last year.
I don't know. It's hard to tell it. Dude, all these trips blend together. He's just an older Asian fellow. Very nice. Kind of like my height. Maybe a little bit shorter than me, actually. He's a very friendly guy. I really like him. But he's like 40, 50 years old. Just
gotcha.
Nice guy.
But yeah, I don't really see an issue with it. But if you're, I guess it like, theoretically, it makes sense why the host of the show may be like a little bit apprehensive to allow that, but in the grand scope of things, it's just like, first of all, you're not gonna be able to stop people from doing that. What are you gonna do? Kick out a 5-year-old kid that's trying to trade with someone?
Yes.
Second of all,
of course.
Second of all, like it's just like that's what you're supposed to do in cards is trade with each other. I don't know.
Yeah, I was sending you the guy's profile, by the way. So.
Oh, but yeah.
Yeah,
my 2 cents on it. I don't really. Like it's pretty. You should just be fine with it, but
yeah, I mean that's how you encourage more people to come to your show is like give them the ability to make deals. like whether it's with vendors
Yeah.
or not. And that's coming from a vendor who wants people to make deals with me. But like, once again, just kind of tough. I'm not sure. I could never run a show. It'd be too hard. But if I did run a show, I'd have the best marketing
Yeah.
because I know what I'm doing. But
You'd make great Instagram posts.
yeah, Jeff has some great shit. But like, it's so funny that like, we'll hang on this tangent for a minute. I don't get how some people set up at shows. Like,
Oh,
if you're
yeah.
if you're at the National, you're at Dallas or Chicago, and like it's 2023, and you have dollar cards in like 18 showcases that are like probably older than you and I, Kai, and like you've not sold a card in 7 years. Why are you there? I understand it's like
My favorite.
Go for it.
Sorry. My favorite are the ones that have the like prison base of like random vets and like random masquerading company like sevens, and they're just like everywhere.
Yeah, dude, this is an ASS 7. Like, all right, first off, I made that company.
The Spencer
So-
Dinwiddie 8th year prison base.
Yes, and it's $10 also. And you can't change his price.
Yeah. They stay the same for 6 years.
Yeah. No, I mean, once again, like I don't know, like they just hate their wives and just like want to travel or like drink with the boys, but like, come on.
Yeah.
There's definitely, and I understand seniority and like these people have been around since the dark ages and whatever, but the future is now, old man. Can you please get rid of these like HGA 4 Joe Harris cards? Like,
he doesn't know what HGA is. What are you talking about?
oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that tag. No shit. That oh man, what's an old bad grading company?
What was the Beckett one that was like a piece of bird?
Oh, was it BVG you're talking about? Or
I think so. BVCG?
What? Yeah, BCCG. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. All it is Beckett card. Beckett card collector grading. I think it is BCCG.
It was something like that. Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
a piece of white paper in the cheapest slab you can find. They would come in those like retail boxes. They would put one in there.
I know what you're talking about. Oh my god, what a nightmare! I bought so many of those like $20 like mystery boxes.
So did I.
As a kid,
I got like a Ndamukong Suh tops, like S whatever the fuck it is, like 7 once or something. I don't even know.
Okay. I got a Pichu, like Japanese Pichu card from one. I'm like, this is supposed to be sports. How did I end up with this? I got a Ted Ginn red rookie or some shit. Oh, what a segue into the Remember Me players. Ted Ginn Jr.
Oh, Michael Crabtree.
And like Darius Hayward Bay and all the people. Once again, because of fantasy football.
Good shout.
Because of fantasy football, all those like random like early to mid 2000 guys just like will stick with me forever, even if they were worthless.
TJ Houshard.
Mm-hmm. Can't forget him. Jerome Simpson, famous for his
the backflip.
That dude, I would love there to be a card of that.
I don't even know what it was.
I think it was a.
I think there is.
Is there a card of it? But like an immaculate moment, though.
I could have
like an acetate one. That'd be cool.
That would sell for a lot, honestly.
I would buy it, dude. That would be nice now. Like that would be a dope card to own. Or like if we're gonna go off Bengal wide receivers, Chad Johnson, Ochocinco kicking like the kickoff or the extra point would be funny. Like that's a good way to make vets like or just random old players like actually like cool. It's just like random like funny moments. Like a Spencer Lanning one where he's getting kicked in the face by Antonio Brown, or
even Antonio Brown for that would be funny.
I mean, yeah, Antonio Brown would be the correct answer, but or a dual auto or something stupid. Who else? Stevie. Did we talk about Stevie Johnson last time?
We did.
Oh, man.
I have a quick topic I'm wondering your thoughts on, actually.
Sure.
I think we talked about this in one of the group chats or something or somewhere. I don't remember, but with college NIL, people are getting paid millions, right?
Yep.
What incentive do athletes have to then sign their normal Panini cards for pennies on the dollar of the NIL contract?
I think that was South Park's story. Zane is, first off, I love Zane. Zane might be the Alex Jones of sports.
Great content.
Yeah, great content. Highly questionable. Either you love him or you probably hate him. I am on the court of loving Zane. He has done some funny shit over the years and some not great stuff, but like I met him in person with oh wait, you were set up with me. You met Zane as well.
Yep.
Yeah, just a guy.
I've known
Red
Zane's
Sox.
for a long ass time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, me too, because of just Instagram. Like I've been around. He makes a very good point about that. Like, dude, if I was an athlete, if I was a pro athlete, first off, LOL. I wouldn't sign shit. I'd be the worst like autograph signer. I would sign with like Upper Deck or like some like I would actually sign with Leaf, but I wouldn't honor my contract either, like CD Lamb.
Yeah.
But I would sign nothing.
Well, you got to think these first round picks for that are quarterbacks probably making anywhere between like 1 and 10 mil in college over their 3 years in college based on NIL. So when they get to the NFL, these Panini deals, like I think they get like, I don't know, like tens of thousands of dollars to sign all their cards for the year or something. Like, who's gonna do that?
No one. Once again, like
it's a pain in the ass to sign 50,000 cards. Like,
but that's
who
the
would
thing
want to
too,
do
is that
that?
like someone will sign it because like, oh, that's cool. I remember collecting cards as a kid. Like that's really fun. But then they get like 2 weeks into signing their absolute rookie cards. Like, you know what? Fuck them kids. Like I'm over this. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be like an actual issue going forward.
there's too many. There's too many products. Like, and I don't know if I said this on the podcast or not. You could, well, actually, we have because I know we talked about white noise. You maybe have to care about 10 products in all of sports. Bubble cover baseball, flawless football, basketball, immaculate, NC, select, prism, optic. Oh God, I'm like running out of batteries. Yeah, it's about
it.
Contenders, let's say, and that includes Contenders Optic in my mind. That might be it. There's definitely like other ones.
National Treasures.
I said NC.
Okay,
There's other ones that are
about
nice, but like in terms of like actually what truly matters, it's kind of it. I'm sorry, no one cares about absolute football.
The sad part is, yeah, that's like probably a third of all the products that come out, right?
I think it's like a fifth. Dude, there are products I've never even heard of. You know what Zenith football is? I don't know.
Okay, so I actually did know about that. That used to be an online exclusive. Now it's the first time it's being released to the public, I think.
I can't wait for there to be 50,000 retail boxes of it next year. Remember when Playbook used to be good? Playbook now is I think either dead
Playbook.
or gone.
You know, you're right. Is Playbook a thing still?
I don't know. I think I'm actually I just bought a Trevor Lawrence Playbook auto, so at least through last year.
Playbook used to be one of my favorite products.
Playbook was fun.
So cool.
The insert set, Down and Dirty or Game of Inches or both. First of all,
yeah,
great names, and secondly, dope cards.
Dope, especially with the Prime patches. They were so cool.
And they're actually like were game worn back then.
Yeah. I used to like Letterman. All right, that was the last point. Letterman football and basketball was insane. With the booklets of the full name and like the single cards letter on them.
I have one of those cards I've been trying to sell for years. I have a Paul Pierce one, but it's like so bulky and stupid. I can't put it in a showcase because it would take up like a whole row. And I'm not gonna put it.
I think those are so cool though.
They are cool, but like it's worthless. Like it's probably like $50 now.
Yeah.
It's a bitch to ship and it's a bitch to put in a showcase.
But that's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, once again, we can keep going with either like random players from the 2000s or products we wish were better, which are all of them. But I think at this point now, we kind of covered everything we had to. All right, well, you guys will hear this tomorrow, and I will hopefully be chilling on a plane, and I'll have hopefully some good stories for next week when hopefully the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. Burbank is a good show. Kyrie falls off the flat earth, possibly.
NBA trade deadline.
Yep, the trade deadline as well. Durant stays on the Nets, hopefully. Or we trade everyone and have 30,000 first-round picks, which would be okay as well. All right, guys. Thank you for watching or listening.
Yep. Peace.
Peace.